Here at Michigan State University's Communication Arts and Sciences building, students from all over Michigan are coming together for more than just friendly competition. They're here for career opportunities. I'm here in downtown Okemos, where in 2018, city officials proposed a revitalization project. But as you can see behind me, it's been on hold indefinitely since May of 2023. This once bustling community is now facing closing storefronts, but a local institution is taking notice. But that transition from old facilities to new ones is symbolic of more than just lab space. And that's all we've got for you this week at Focal Point News.
As always, thanks for tuning in. I'm Amy Cho.
And I'm Liam Clymer. We'll be back next week with more news that matters to you. I'm Liam Clymer here at Grass Lake's Lost Railway Museum, where transportation history isn't lost, it's preserved. Tom Nolte believes in the power of hands-on learning.
The kids love it.
As the museum's facilities manager, he helps curate the guest experience.
Do what you can to make it as interactive as possible, but not tacky.
And while climbing aboard decommissioned trolleys goes a long way to excite guests.
The folks who see it for the first time are just going, that is fascinating.
He hopes they leave with something more than excitement, an appreciation for the advancements that moved their community forward.
Jackson grew on the railroad. Detroit grew on the railroad. Grand Rapids grew off the railroad. A lot of towns in Michigan got their growth from the railroad systems.
In the early 1900s, trolley lines like the Boland Express route from Grass Lake to Jackson connected rural areas to big cities for leisure and entertainment.
This was a real excellent source of transportation for a lot of people.
That is, until the automotive scene in Detroit exploded.
It's not too surprising to see how it might fade away.
Nolte says the convenience of personal vehicles outweighed other factors.
You could go to Jackson whenever you wanted to. You didn't have to wait for anybody else's schedule.
But for some, there's a fascination with the former rail hub that was Jackson.
Keeping history alive, it's just a nostalgia kind of thing.
And while I may be walking through rail history, rail isn't history to everyone. Right in the heart of Jackson stands a testament to its rail roots.
I do appreciate it very much. There's a lot of history here.
Dave Peck is the Amtrak caretaker for Jackson Station. He says he gets to work somewhere truly special.
The longest continuous running station, I believe, in the U.S.
And over his time there, Peck says he's encountered all kinds of folks with one thing in common.
There's still a lot of people that prefer to travel by rail.
Be it for accessibility or just a change of pace, he says he sees a need for the system.
Something that needs to be kept and actually improved upon.
And while some people may be ready to move on with transportation, here in Jackson, the old railway station is standing strong. I'm Liam Clymer, Focal Point News. Nadia Sellers has always had an eye for advocacy.
I'm a fighter.
It's part of why she founded the Honey Bear Project.
Well, Honey Bear was started to support the nation's HBCUs, historically black colleges and universities.
What started as a way to level the playing field in college athletics expanded to accommodate the wider needs of students, like helping them get legal help when they needed it.
I found my passion.
But Nadia says even the most seasoned advocates can be shaken when family gets involved.
He didn't resist, he didn't do anything.
On the night of August 24th, Nadia's son, Lonnie, and his friend Mason were arrested off of Grand River.
He did everything his dad and I taught him to do the right way, but was treated like an animal.
He has the stigma that he's a bad kid, and he's not.
Mason's mom, Kelly, and Nadia say that the arrest was racially motivated. Chief Brown and the ELPD refused to comment when I reached out.
That's the harder part.
It was Mason's birthday, and the boys went out for the evening.
Everything was fine. Then they went to Dave's Hot Chicken because they were going to get food.
Hey, you know, birthday guy is arguing with some other kids.
There was 2 kids that jumped in line right behind them, and I think they were going to try to get into Dave's with them. That's kind of what prompted the verbal altercation between Mason and the kid that was behind him.
So my son walked up and noticed the argument happening.
Saw the commotion, came from across the street, and kind of gave Mason a bear hug to kind of de-escalate the situation.
That's when Officer Lyons took out a pepper spray, rushed him, pepper sprayed him, threw his face up against the window while his face was burning, arrested him.
And while charges were ultimately dropped, the incident prompted East Lansing's chief of police to make some comments. Comments that ended up on a billboard in Lansing.
And for a leader to make a comment like that, to me, that's irresponsible.
Nadia and Kelly helped fund the billboard behind me, which reads, "We have a disproportionate number of minorities come into the community and commit crimes."
I think she's been kind of calculated in how she's handled the situation.
Both moms say the billboard wasn't their first course of action.
The kids were told to file a human rights complaint.
Nadia says the billboard was a reaction to silence from the city.
The city is blocking their own HRC from investigating the complaints.
And the women say it's staying up until something changes.
You're tired of your teachable moments.
In Lansing, Liam Clymer, Focal Point News.